Hi everyone, I'm Julie with Heal to Change, and I'm here to share with you why you may have chronic fatigue, why you're so tired, why you're so unmotivated, why you feel sad and depressed, stuck, feeling hopeless, feeling like something's wrong with you, feeling like you're broken. Well, let me tell you, after numerous doctors and them telling me I need to live with what I have, I discovered a long time ago that I'm not going to settle for that. I'm not going to go on medications. I wanted to know what the root cause, why I'm feeling so miserable. So these are the 7 reasons that worked with me. Diet is number 1. I find that in a lot of people I talk to that they don't drink water. Water is very important. All the animals drink it, all the bugs drink it. We are the only species that doesn't drink water. We drink sodas, um, just caffeinated drinks, coffee, and alcohol. So start adding about 4 to 8 glasses of water in your day. And what it does is it helps get your mucus going. So we have mucus in our body that helps break down foods. And if your mucus isn't working, just to let you know, at one time I went to the doctor and they said I was like, my intestines were like a 70-year-old because your mucus from 1 to 10 is supposed to be 10, and in my 40s mine was a 3, like a 70-year-old. So in order to get that mucus going, you need to have water and you need to have good sources of fats to bring that mucus back in order. So let me tell you, if your mucus isn't working, that means you could be having stomach problems, constipation, not going to the bathroom. So you want to make sure you're eliminating going poop every day. So a lot of times I've noticed that people aren't drinking water, so they're not pooping. It also has a lot to do with your fiber. One of my friends, and I've had clients, they go once a week, and when I tell them to change their diet and we get on a certain eating plan, they are concerned because they're pooping more every day. That's normal. And people don't know this. What you put in your body should be coming out within 24 hours. If you look at animals and babies, they are always pooping, I hope. Think of it this way. If you eat something and you scrape the food off and put it in the garbage, it starts to smell after a couple days. Well, think about if that food is sitting in your stomach, in your intestines. You'll start feeling constipated. You might feel gassy. You start having stomach problems. It's because you're not pooping it out. It starts making you feel sluggish, making you tired. So with that in mind, start thinking about a different plan on how to start pooping, eliminating every single day. All right. Another thing about diets and eating healthy is, so when it comes to the food, you want to be eating your fruits and vegetables, and you want to stay away from processed food as much as possible. There's a lot of preservatives, poisons, and junk in there that keep you from being healthy and also keeps you from eliminating. If you don't remember what that is, it means pooping. So I'm not going to go so much into the diet. If you have questions, you can ask me. But I want to get through the 7 reasons, and I'll go more into detail separately with each one. But those are the main important ones, and hopefully that helps with you. So the second one is, if you have gas, and you're feeling bloated, you may have parasites, bacteria, candida. This is normal. We all have it, but it's balanced. And what happens is when you start eating more carbs, more sugar, carbs turns into sugar, these little critters will get off balance. Does that make sense? They get off balance and it'll make your stomach, you'll start putting on weight. They start craving those carbs and then they want more. So if you're having a hard time stopping and changing your diet, could be this is the reason. So in order to know, I understand with candida, you can look at your tongue, and if you have a pink tongue, you're safe. But if you've got cottage cheese or a white film on your tongue, you possibly could have an overabundance of candida. The parasites and bacteria you have to get tested for. But if you can stop eating sugar, you may be okay. You just need to get them back into balance. So we'll talk more about that another time. The third one, reason that you may be tired is maybe you need to do a body cleanse. The body, like a car, needs to get a tune-up. So for the body, and like oil changes, you know how you do this with the car? The body needs to have the organs fleshed out. Your gallbladder, your kidney, and your liver. So sometimes it gets congested. If you're eating a lot of refined sugars, carbs, I mean, I think anybody should be doing this. And if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, eating a lot of cakes, cookies, ice cream, even if you're not, you should be doing this at least once a year to cleanse out your organs and also your bowels so everything's functioning properly. When these get congested, they start malfunctioning, and if they're not filtrating correct, they will start backfiring and poisoning the body, creating the body to not work 100%. And then the body gets sluggish, tired, starts breaking down and creating illness and fatigue, and then eventually disease. The fourth one is being an empath. Do you go out or just think about going out and being with family, maybe parties, work plans, work parties, and you start feeling just exhausted by the time you get home? Maybe the next day. You probably absorbed all those energies, those emotions, and what you have to do is you have to let them go. So I will be sharing the exercises to let that go separately, but I just want to get through this, what's causing it. So if you're an empath, you'll know you're an empath because when you hear people's stories, you start feeling for them and you start taking on their emotions and you start getting drained. That usually means you're an empath. All right. So number 5 is stress. Stress plays a big part on why you eat junk food, because you need to eat to get over the stress. The stress of work, stress of relationships, you don't like your job, you don't like the people you hang out with, but you don't have anybody else to hang out with, you don't like yourself. If you're stressing every day, you're pushing all those emotions in your body. If you're not releasing them, then you absorb them and then your body gets drained. So if you're not meditating, exercising, a lot of people will be drinking to let go of the stress. To tell you the truth, alcohol does not let go of the stress. It just numbs your body and the stress is still there the next day. But stress has a lot to do with it. You want to come up with a different plan if what's not working for you today, because you're still tired, means you need to change it. So number 6 is your thoughts. Number 6, thoughts have a lot to do with playing in why you're tired. So how many thoughts are there in a day? What are you thinking about all day? Are you sitting there thinking, I'm broken, I'm depressed, I'm unworthy, I'm unwanted, I'm unloved, I'm unimportant, nobody's calling me, people don't do what I ask, they're not listening to me? Those are all thoughts, and those are going to take you out, making you feel stuck and feeling like you're not important, you're hopeless, and you're not lovable. You end up hating yourself because you can't stand living the life you're in at this very moment. But change your thoughts on, how can I have a better life? How can I let go of this stress? How can I eat better? Instead of thinking, my life is doomed and God dealt me the wrong life, or he dealt me a bad life. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm on the wrong planet. I don't want to be here anymore. Just those thoughts. Well, the universe will start giving you what you want and start making you tired. Because if you're telling the universe, I don't want to be here anymore, the universe is going to make you feel like a zombie and say, you don't want to be here. So we're not going to give you any energy. because you're not asking for it. So ask for the energy. How can we feel better? Does that make sense? And then number 7, which is the hardest one, is fear. Fear makes us tired because fear keeps us from living the life we love. What does fear do? Fear. We have the fear of dying. We have a fear of living. We have a fear of changing our life because change is hard. But if you want it bad enough, you'll get through the fear. Does that make sense? There's a lot of people that they fear leaving their relationship. They fear making a better life for themselves, changing careers, making more money. And it's hard, but it can be done. So maybe you have a fear of being seen, but in order to make more money, you have to show yourself. Maybe you're making excuses because of fear. It's nobody's fault, and you're not broken. It's just you don't know how to take the next steps into being healthy. So if any of this resonates with any of you, I will be doing a more detailed on each individual reason why we're tired. And just to let you know a little bit about me, I've had chronic fatigue on and off most of my life. I can blame the food, I can blame the alcohol, the drugs, but I am here today, and sometimes I can shut down. I have found that shutting down has to do with my thoughts and fears. The chronic fatigue I found had to do with, it was pleasurable for me. And I really had to come up with new pleasures. And we'll talk more about that in another video. But I had to understand that if I wanted to live life, I had to push through the fear to live the life I love. I had to make changes, and resistance is hard. And I haven't been tired with chronic fatigue in over a year. And now I'm eating a great diet. I'm getting back into where I need to be. I have been drug-free, alcohol-free for almost a year, and still working on the diet of getting rid of the sugar, because I kind of go up and down. And the one thing I would say is, don't be hard on yourself if you fail. Because to tell you the truth, nobody fails. All you're doing is realizing what works, what doesn't. And sometimes resistance kicks in and takes you out because you have a fear of moving forward into the life you love. So if anything, I would say, what kind of life do you want to live? And write out that life. And then what do you have to do to reach those goals, to live the life you love? And I'll tell you the truth, the hardest part of that is people don't usually know what they want. They know what they don't want. So if you can think about what you do want, write it out. And then just write 3 steps. What do I need to do to get there? It works. It's changed my life. And sometimes when you just have clarity and an understanding, you start flowing and things start moving forward into the life you love. So let me know what your thoughts are, and please follow me, subscribe. I do have Facebook where I talk, there are smaller videos and exercises of how to break through this fatigue, this stuck feeling, this depression. And let me know what your thoughts are.